What's up, guys? Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, and I was teaching on Thursday mornings and totally had it in my head that I was teaching this morning. Got up, started my morning real early, got everything situated, and then realized I wasn't teaching. So I thought I would do sort of a spontaneous live class. If you're not able to take class now, don't worry about it. I'm gonna post this to the YouTube channel later. And you can access it anytime. But thought it would be fun and wanted to see if anybody out there actually joins in rather spontaneously. Maybe you're just getting in, maybe you're just getting ready for work, working at home, maybe you just finished a run and not quite ready to settle in. It's still pretty early in the morning, so there's time for your yoga practice. So if you want to join me, go ahead and grab your mat, get ready. I'll give you a couple minutes. Get yourself situated, and we'll begin in just a few. Hope you guys are doing really well. Hope everybody's staying safe out there. And if you're in Baltimore and Maryland, we're going through the first phase of loosening restrictions beginning this Friday. Don't know if any of you heard the governor's announcement yesterday or press conference. So that's kind of exciting. Some things are going to be opening up and trying to return to normal, whatever that is going to be. But try not to rush into it. Stay safe and be smart. Cool. So don't need much today. If you like to use props, blocks, straps, whatever, then go ahead and grab that. But as this is a rather spontaneous class, we're just gonna kind of flow today. And it's gonna be pretty fun, pretty easy, and some options to go a little bit deeper if you feel like it. So if you're ready, let's do it. We'll start in an easy seated pose, Sukhasana. You crisscross your legs and sit up nice and tall. You can rest your arms on your inner thighs or in your lap, whatever feels best for you this morning. Relax your shoulders down and close your eyes. And start to tune into your breathing. If you're just jumping into your practice rather randomly, rather suddenly, just like I am now, then maybe you haven't been paying attention to your breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And then an open mouth exhale. And again, like that, breathe in. Open mouth exhale, release. And seal your lips, start breathing in and out through your nose. Breathe in just as deep as you did before. And then with your mouth closed and your lips sealed, push the air out through your nose. Do that again, inhale. Exhale through your nostrils. Keep breathing just like that. And if you like to set intentions for your practice, then maybe go ahead and do that now. And if you want to share my intention today, it is probably obviously to be spontaneous, to do something maybe out of the ordinary or out of your routine, and change things up. Do something unexpected. Keep breathing deeply in and out through your nose. You can keep your eyes closed, you can open them if you like. Lift your arms up and reach them out to either side of your room. And turn your palms face down and start to roll your arms forwards in little circles. And just like this. You can make your circles small. You can start to build and make them a little bit bigger, or you can keep them in one place, your choice. Just keep moving your arms around and keep moving with your breath. See if you can find a rhythm and a flow with your breathing. Keep going, keep going. Keep your back straight, keep your chest lifted and your chin away from your chest. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. And then switch directions. If you're going forwards, go backwards. Keep going, keep going, keep going. By now your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps are starting to feel it. If you did any other online fitness classes this morning, maybe you were lifting weights or doing some body pump with Merit, and your arms might be feeling this. So keep going, keep going, keep going. Stay with it and stay with your breath. For 3, 2, arms up in 1, inhale. And then exhale, fold forwards, reach your arms out in front of you and bring your chest down towards your inner thighs. Let your back get long and rest here. And then inhale, slowly come back up. As you exhale, take your right hand over towards the right side of your mat. You're probably facing the front of your mat, so your hand is probably on the floor. Just slide it out towards the right. And then inhale, lift your left arm up overhead. And keep your chest square with the front of your mat. And hover your left bicep over your left earlobe. You can look up if that's okay on your neck. It doesn't really feel good for most people, or at least for me, so maybe gaze forwards or look down. If you can come down all the way to your right elbow and still keep your left hip on the floor, then you can totally do that too. And just reach and open up your left side body. Take one more breath in. And then on your exhale, reach down, grab the outside of your right leg with your left hand, and inhale, raise your right arm up and stretch to the right, or left rather. Open up your right side. Again, keep your chest square with the front edge of your mat. Look down, look forward, look up, your choice. Breathe in. And then exhale, fold forwards over your legs. You can round yourself down and reach. Once again, get long. Maybe this time tent up on your fingertips or push into your palms. Inhale, lift yourself back up. And then exhale, switch out your legs. And put whatever leg was on top on the bottom and vice versa. Then slide your left hand out towards the left side of your room and inhale your right arm up overhead. You were just here a second ago. Again, keep both sits bones down, your chest square with the front of your mat. Bend your left elbow as much as you need and look forwards or look down. Reach, feel all the ribs through your right side. Feel all the muscles in between, called your intercostals. Pull your right fingertips away from your hips. Breathe in. And exhale, grab your left thigh with your right hand. Inhale your left arm up and stretch to the other side. Reach. Look where you need to look. Gaze where you need to gaze. Keep both hips down. Keep breathing, keep stretching. Inhale. And exhale, fold forwards once again. Rounding over your legs. Maybe get deeper this time, maybe not as much. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, swing your legs around behind you and make your way to your tabletop. Bring your knees under your hips, sit in line with your wrists, and your wrists under your shoulders. And as you make your way here, and settle in, flatten out your back, and then breathe into your cow pose, drop your belly down, lift your hips up and gaze high. Turn your elbows to point backwards and your biceps forwards. And exhale to your cat pose, round your back, lift your spine up, keep your arms where they're at. Maybe you feel it a little bit more in the inside of your palms, your thumb and your index fingers. Breathe back in, cow pose. Raise your heart, push your shoulder blades forwards. Exhale to your cat, round your back, push your tailbone forwards, and look at your belly button as it draws up towards the ceiling. Start to flow with your own breath, and try to exaggerate your cat and your cow on every return. And then if you want to add in other movements, maybe stretch side to side, sway your hips in a circle, maybe your neck. Take any organic movements that you need here in your cats and your cows, or whatever they're called when they start moving like a rabid animal like this. And on your exhale, return to your tabletop. Good. Now inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Stack your shoulders, roll your wrists, move your fingers around a lot at the top. And then exhale, thread the needle, send your right arm underneath your left armpit, lay your right cheek down, your left hand can stay where it's at. You can reach it forwards, or you can take a half bind and reach for your right hip crease. Whatever's right for you this morning, whatever feels good. But this should feel rather good. This is a nice way to start your practice. Big, juicy, twisted stretch. If you move your left hand, then bring it back down. Inhale, reach your right arm back out from underneath you, send it high. And exhale, right hand to your mat. Inhale, left arm up. Open up on this side, then wave, move your wrist and your fingers, flex your joints. And exhale as you send your left hand underneath your right arm and thread the needle on this side. Left cheek on your mat. Right hand where it's at. Maybe reach it forwards or maybe send it back for your half bind. If you moved your right hand, bring it back down to your mat and close to your shoulders. Inhale your left arm back up. And exhale, place it back down. Now take a breath in, come to your cow pose. Tuck your toes behind you. Now on your exhale, bring your chin back to your chest and lift your knees just a couple inches away from your mat. So your shins hover in space and you start to turn on your upper body strength again, working your biceps, working your shoulders. Stay and hold, breathe for 3, 2, and 1. On your exhale, lift your hips up, drop your heels down, and make your way to your downward facing dog. Make it dynamic, and you might need to walk your hands forwards or wiggle your feet back. And maybe that feels good to sway your heels side to side, so go with it. On the other hand, if you want to pedal out your dog, you can bend your knees. Maybe one at a time, maybe both at the same time. Just flex and stretch. Do what you need to do. Feel out your hamstrings, your calf muscles, get into the backs of your legs. And then on your inhale, rise up onto your very tippy toes. And exhale, bend your knees, push your hips back over your heels so your back gets real long, your arms straighten out. Inhale, shift forwards to your high plank. Shoulders over your wrists, belly drawn in towards the ceiling. And your back nice and flat. Wiggle your feet back if you need to. And try to keep your hips just below your shoulders and your hips just above your heels. Breathe in, shift forwards. And exhale, downward facing dog. And let's do that again a little faster. Inhale, up on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, shift forwards, high plank. And exhale, downward facing. One more time. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, shift forwards, high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll come into stillness. And see if you can push harder into your thumb and index fingers. And really hollow out your lower back. Lifting your hips up towards the ceiling. Think of a back bend. Push your chest towards your thighs. Take another breath in. Look at your toes. Then exhale, walk your hands towards your feet at the back edge of your mat. Find your ragdoll as you fold over your legs. Let your upper body hang heavy. Maybe adjust your shirt. Don't worry, no one else can see you. Hang heavy over your legs. You can let your arms dangle. You can grab opposite elbows and sway side to side if that feels good. Bend one knee and then the other, or maybe bend both knees a little or a lot. Relax your neck. Let your head hang heavy. And then if you bound your arms on your inhale, release your hands to the floor. And exhale, heel toe your feet towards one another. Bring your big toes together, leave a space between your heels. On your inhale, come up to a halfway lift, flatten out your back. And draw your shoulders back, look directly down. And see if you can keep your back nice and flat. And try not pushing on your legs, try not pushing your knees in the way that they don't bend, which is backwards. Maybe put a slight bend in your knees so that you're engaging a little bit more of your core to keep your back flat and your chest lifted. And breathe in. Take your left leg, place it in front of your right leg, and then exhale, fold forwards over both of your crossed legs. Get a little bit deeper into your right hamstring. Stretch out your IT bands. This is going to feel really good if you did just get back from your run. Inhale, halfway lift, uncross your legs. Switch sides, right leg in front of your left, and then exhale, fold over both of your crossed legs. And stretch the back side of your left leg this time. Inhale, halfway lift, uncross your legs, and fold one more time over your uncrossed legs, exhaling as you come down. Bend your knees a little bit more, and then inhale as you rise all the way up to standing. Sweep your arms up overhead. Watch out for your ceiling. Reach your arms up, gaze up between your fingertips. Lift your chest, draw your belly in, bring your palms together, and then exhale as you draw your hands down to your heart. Wow, gosh, I'm really tall. I don't quite fit in this screen here. It was a spontaneous setup, so you guys get the idea. So stand nice and tall, drop your shoulders down. Release your arms at your sides and inhale, raise them back up overhead. And then exhale as you fold forwards once again. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees. Inhale, rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Inhale, release and rise. Exhale, fold and let go, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, come back down one more time. Inhale all the way up, arms to the sky, stretch out your sides. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Inhale, lift, root your feet down as you rise up. And exhale, fold, release down to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Then exhale, plant your hands down and walk them forwards. Come back to your high plank. Engage your upper body. Breathe in, shift forwards. Come on your very tippy toes. Exhale, lower your knees and bend your elbows as you untuck your toes. Now keep your elbows underneath your shoulders and the insides of your arms touching the outsides of your torso. Inhale as you push your palms down, straighten your arms, lift your chest, keep your knees down. And then exhale, bend your elbows and lower all the way down to your mat. Good, now reach your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers, and inhale as you lift up into your locust pose variation. Pull your shoulders back, lift your heart, and try to gaze just a couple inches in front of your mat. And then exhale, lower back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. On your inhale, push yourself up to your high plank. And then exhale to your downward facing dog. When you get there, take a breath in. And open mouth, exhale, breath out. At this time, inhale, rise up on your tippy toes and then wave forwards into your high plank. Now exhale, don't lower your knees this time, just bend your elbows. So keep your knees lifted unless you need the support. Then you can totally lower your knees down. Otherwise, try to squeeze your triceps against your ribs. Inhale through your upward facing dog. So come to the tops of your feet. You can flip them one at a time or roll over them. As you pull your chest through your arms, gaze up. Slightly forwards. Try not crunching the back of your neck. Take another breath in. Then exhale to your downward facing dog. Lift your hips and drop your heels down. It's your Chaturanga Dandasana. Let's do it one more time. And this time moving breath to movement. Inhale, wave forwards, rising into your high plank. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale through your upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in when you get there. And open mouth, exhale. One more time, inhale. And open mouth, exhale. This time on your inhale, raise your right leg up. Try to keep it just like hip height. So your hips stay parallel with your mat. Your toes are pointing down. And take another breath in. Then exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Shift your weight forward, shoulders over your wrists and your shin away from your mat. Breathe back in, three-legged dog. Then exhale, knee to nose, shift forwards. This time, softly, step your foot between your hands for your low lunge. Now, if it feels good on your legs, you can bend and straighten a little bit here. Make it dynamic if you need. And then settle in with your right knee stacked over your right ankle, left foot back behind you, with your heel towards the back wall. Place your left palm down and inhale as your right arm lifts up and find a gentle low lunge twist. Stack your shoulders, turning to your right side. And breathe in. And on your exhale, lower your right hand down. Place it inside your right foot this time. Pivot your left foot at 90-ish degrees. Line up your heel to your arch, your right heel to your left arch. And then inhale as your left arm lifts up into your extended side angle. Open up in the opposite direction. You can keep your right hand down if you like, or start to slightly lift it away from your mat, your choice. Maybe push your right arm against your right leg, deepen your twist, and draw your left shoulder further back. Take a breath in. Good. On your exhale, reach your left arm over your left earlobe. Try to keep your chest open as your fingertips reach. Gaze upwards or out to the side. Good. On your inhale, lower your left hand to your left leg, straighten your right leg up. So reverse triangle, it's kind of like reverse warrior, except you're straightening your front leg, taking the bend out of your knee. Reach up. Open up the entire right side of your body as you breathe in. And then exhale to your warrior two. Now bend your right knee, look over your right fingertips. Keep your feet where they're at. So your heel and your arch are still generally lined up, and look back at your left foot. Make sure your left heel is slightly behind your left toes, so it's angled a little bit more, like 80-ish degrees. Arms level and lifted. Bend your right knee a lot and then push it out to the right side. Open up your hips. Gaze over your right fingers. Take a breath in and dance your warrior. Straighten your front leg. Raise your arms up. Reach to the ceiling. Stretching out your side body. We're getting a lot into our obliques, into our serratus anterior up in here. A lot of shoulders and arms. And then exhale, draw your hands through heart center as you return to your warrior two. Now keep your right knee bent and inhale as you reverse. Left arm either behind your back for the half bind or down your left leg, your choice. Either way, keep your right leg bent a lot. Push your knee further forwards than you think you should. Open up your right side and draw your left shoulder back. Inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel down. Low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg up behind you. And then your choice, either downward facing dog or flow through a chaturanga. You can flow your right foot if you like, inhaling through your upward facing dog. And then exhaling to your downward facing dog. And deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good, starting to warm up a little bit more, yeah? On your inhale, raise your left leg up in hip height. It doesn't need to be super high, as long as your hips stay parallel to the floor. And drop your left hip if you need, and push your right hip higher if you can. Take another breath in. And exhale, left knee to your nose, shift forwards, pull your knee up, carving out your belly. Think of your cat back, so round your back. Inhale your left leg back up. And exhale, left knee to nose. Softly, gently step it all the way through to your low lunge. Wiggle around if you need. Bend and stretch. Settle in. Make sure your stance is nice and wide. Place your right palm down and inhale your left arm up. Twist to the left side. Stack your shoulders. Open up. And feel your left glute engage, your left hip drawing inwards as you rotate, open to the left side. Take another breath in. And exhale your left hand inside your left foot. Pivot your right foot down. Make sure the outer edge of your right foot connects. And your left heel lines up with your right arch. Left hand down, right hand lifts. Inhale, extended side angle. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Open up to the right side. You're essentially twisting in the opposite direction. You can keep your left hand down or start to float your fingers. Maybe push your left arm against your left leg. Take another breath in. Then exhale, reach your right arm overhead. Get long through your right side. Draw your right shoulder further back still. So you're not turning downwards. You're staying open as much as you can. On your inhale, straighten your front leg and find your reverse triangle. Parivrita Trikonasana. And try to keep a slight bend in your left knee. As your left arm lifts up, pull your left fingertips as far away from your left toes as you can. And getting long through your left side. And breathe in. And exhale, warrior two. So the position of your feet haven't moved this entire time, except maybe now sliding your right heel further back behind you. So the more you do that, the more it allows you to open up your hips, the more you can push your left knee out to the left side. Not only are you working your arms by reaching forwards and backwards, but really you're opening up your hips. There's a lot of leg strength in your warrior two, a lot of hip opening. Shoulders down, draw your belly in. And keep your left knee bent, or rather this time, inhale, straighten your front leg, rise up and dance your warrior. Palms reach up overhead. You probably can't see because I'm probably reaching out of the screen once again. That's okay. And then exhale, bring your hands through your heart and return to your warrior two. Good, left knee stays bent this time. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Parivrita, reach up and back, but bend your left knee a lot. See if you can draw your right shoulder back and see if you can lift up more than you fall backwards. So you're not crunching into your right ribs, but rather pulling up from your hips. Breathe in. Good, exhale, cartwheel down, find your low lunge. Inhale to your three-legged dog, and again your choice, downward facing dog or chaturanga. Bend your elbows. Inhale through your upward facing Urdhva Mukha. And exhale to your downward facing Adho Mukha. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, breath out. One more time, inhale. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Let's flow through that just a little bit faster. We're going to try to move one breath to one movement. And that may not necessarily be every inhale and exhale something changes, right? It's just your breath is coordinating your movements. And every movement has a breath associated with it accordingly. On your breath in, right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, low lunge. Left hand down, inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, right hand inside your right foot, left foot comes down. Inhale, your left arm up. Exhale, reach it overhead. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg as you rise up. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, dancing warrior. Hands through your heart as you come back to your exhale, warrior two. Right knee stays bent, inhale, reverse. And exhale, cartwheel down, flow through your chaturanga or step to your down dog. Inhale if you're coming in your upward facing dog. And exhale to your downward facing. Just keep moving, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to chest or nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, low lunge. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, left hand down, pivot your right foot. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, reach. Inhale, reverse triangle, get long through your left side. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, dance. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, down dog or chaturanga. Make your way through. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And open mouth, exhale, breath out. One more like that, inhale. And open mouth, exhale, release. Good. So we're going to change things up just a little bit this time, working with a few more postures and changing up our flow. On your inhale, gaze forwards. On your exhale, walk, step, or float. On your forward fold. Now inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold, sink down. This time, bend your knees, sink your hips towards your heels, but keep your knees behind your toes. And then inhale to your chair pose, Utkatasana, arms up. Lift your heart, push your tailbone forwards and draw your belly in. And drop your shoulders down and turn your palms, I know you can't see them in the video, turn your pinkies in towards one another so your armpits roll in towards your heart and your shoulders come down. Take another breath in. Then exhale, chair plane, sweep your arms back behind you. And keep your chest open, and now keep your palms facing the floor. So your shoulders are externally rotated. Good. On your inhale, sweep your arms back up and then raise your left knee up with you. So single leg mountain pose. Bring your left knee to hip height, flex your left foot and anchor your right foot down. And shoulders down again, palms turn back behind you so your pinkies are in. Take another breath in here. And then exhale, slowly step your left foot back and just like your chair plane, except with a low lunge, fly your arms back behind you. Low flying lunge. You can wiggle your left foot back if you didn't land where you needed to. And keep your right knee stacked over your right ankle. Now bring your right hand to your right hip. And on your inhale, lift your left arm up. It's kind of like high crescent, but with your right hand at your right hip. Take a little bit more of a back bend, so reach back behind you, breathing. And then exhale, left elbow to the outer edge of your right thigh. Come down, make the connection. And then inhale as you open up to your warrior two. Pivot your back foot, open your arms, keep your right knee bent. Good, reach forwards. Now exhale down to your extended side angle. It's a little bit different this time. Breathing out for your extended side angle and coming from the top down. Try to notice the difference. Be spontaneous, yeah, change things up. Right knee stays bent. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, flow through your chaturanga. Cartwheel down, step back to your downward facing dog. If you want to skip it all together, inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Now take a deep breath in. And open mouth, exhale, breath out. One more, inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale, gaze forwards. Exhale, walk, step, or float, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees, lower your hips. Inhale, chair pose, arms up. Exhale, chair plane, fly your arms back. Right leg lifts this time. Inhale, single leg mountain, Ekapada Tadasana. Lift your right knee up to hip height. Raise your arms up towards your ceiling. Palms turn back, pinkies in. Flex your right foot. Right knee at hip height. Find the balance in your left leg. Take another breath in. And exhale softly. Step your right foot back. Fly your arms behind you into your low flying lunge. Adjust your stance, make sure it's nice and wide and your feet are far away from one another. Chest open, palms turned down 45 degrees in your body from your right heel up through the crown of your head. pull your shoulder blades together. Lift your arms up so your triceps are working. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Then inhale, reach your right arm up. Find a back bend at the top. Take another breath in. And then exhale, right elbow to the outer edge of your left thigh. Make the connection, give it a tap. And then on your inhale, open up. Your warrior two. Like a warrior two in the box. Good, reach forwards. Now exhale, extended side angle, left arm down, right arm high. Keep your left knee bent. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back, get long through your left side. Then exhale, chaturanga, dandasana, or straight to your down dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. A deep breath in. And open mouth, exhale, release. One more time, inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Good. On your inhale, wave forwards to your high plank. And then exhale, lower your right elbow down, bring your right hand to your left wrist. And inhale as you lift up into a forearm side plank, opening to your left side. Using the strength of your right forearm and using your core to raise your hips higher towards the ceiling. Breathe in. And then switch sides. Exhale, bring your left forearm down. Inhale, raise your right arm up. Left elbow underneath your left shoulder, and your left wrist is where your right elbow used to be. Take another breath in, lift your hips a little higher. And then exhale, bring your right hand to your mat. And then your left hand to your mat. Good. Now try to bend your elbows and lower them down to your mat. Walk your toes up towards your elbows and find your dolphin pose. Push your chest towards your thighs. Push your forearms down into your mat. Look up between your thumbs. And on your inhale, lower your nose between your hands. And exhale, push yourself back up into your dolphin. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift back up. Dolphin push-ups. Keep going at your own pace. And stay strong here, just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower your knees down and drop your hips to your heels and find your child's pose. Take a moment to give your arms a break. If you want, you can keep your knees in close together and then reach your arms back behind you. This is a full balasana. It's a little bit more restorative for your upper body and your shoulders. Nice on your arms. And just breathe. Slowly come out of your balasana. Bring your hands up. If they were behind you, drag them back. If they were in front of you, gently lift yourself up. Come into a tabletop. And then swing your legs around in front of you. Sit down on your mat. Grab your shins. Pull your chest towards your thighs. Good. Then gently lift your feet up off your mat. Sit back a little bit further, but keep your chest open. Stay here or release your arms. Stay here or lift your feet a little bit higher unless your chest starts to cave inwards, in which case lower your feet down until you can keep your chest lifted. Take another breath in. And then exhale, low boat. Send your arms and your legs out long. Keep them hovering over your mat and don't forget to breathe. Inhale back up to your high boat. And exhale, low boat, hover, breathe. Inhale high. And exhale low. One more time, inhale up. And exhale to your low boat. This time stay here for 4. Full body stretch in 3, 2, and 1. Release. Lower your shoulders down, your legs, reach your arms back and get long through your body. And really get long. Reach your arms as far back behind you as you can. Feel the stretch through the sides of your body, particularly up here in your serratus anterior. As you breathe, draw your belly button towards your mat. Keep your lower back down as much as possible. And when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest. Grab your shins or your hamstrings, your choice. Start to rock and roll forwards and backwards. And when you have enough momentum, make your way back to your downward facing dog in whatever way makes sense for you. If there's a chaturanga on the way, you can take that. If your shoulders and your upper body have had enough and you just want to make it back to your down dog, then you can do that as well. And settle in. Once you get to your down dog, take a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. One more like that, inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale, gaze forwards. And exhale, walk, step, or float, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold. Sit your hips low, inhale, chair pose, arms up. Exhale, chair plane, reach them back. Left leg lifts, inhale, single leg mountain. This time in your exhale, bring your hands to your heart and send your left leg back behind you to your warrior 3. Try to keep your left hip in line with your right hip. Again, it helps if you try to keep your foot at hip height rather than trying to kick it real high. You can also bend your right knee a little bit if it helps. Take another breath in. And on your exhale, start to bend your right knee. Place your left foot down at like 45-ish degrees, lining your heels up with one another. Then raise your arms up as you inhale to your warrior 1. Draw your left hip in and pull your right hip back. Try to keep your hip points at 9 and 3 o'clock, right? Chest lifted, palms turn back behind you. Take another breath in. And then exhale, reach your arms behind you and interlace your fingers. On your inhale, pull your fingers down your left leg or towards the floor and your chest towards the ceiling. Then exhale, hinge forwards to your proud warrior. Tuck your right shoulder towards your right thigh and raise your arms up. If the chest expansion doesn't feel good for you, then you can let it go. Otherwise, try to pull your hands further up away from the floor. Take another breath in here. Then exhale, release your hands inside your right foot. And pivot around. And find a wide-legged forward fold. And push your heels out. Turn your toes in and sink into your fold. This should feel very soothing, very calming, very relaxing. You can walk your hands back if you want to go deeper. Try to draw your belly button upwards. And the more you lean forwards into the balls of your feet, the deeper the stretch you get into the backs of your legs. And your inhale, rise up halfway, just to a flat back. And then exhale, pivot around. Place both hands inside your right foot again. Then step your left foot up outside your left hand and come into a deep yogi squat. And drop your hips down, push your triceps against your inner thighs, open your chest, and draw your shoulders back above your hips. Now, if you like, you can stay here. If you want to work into your flying frog, place your hands down, keep your knees wrapped around your triceps. Rise up on your tippy toes and lean forwards. Bend your elbows a lot. And then maybe gaze in front of your fingertips and lean forwards until your feet float up off your mat. So that's option one. Yeah. Flying frog. It's like a variation of crow pose. If you want to stand on your hands and do something spontaneous, you can do that. I'm actually going to pull my mat a little bit further out because not sure if you can see it, but there's like a big wall that juts out here from the ceiling. So if you're going to come up onto your hands, make sure that your feet are going to clear and there's nothing above. What I like to do is make sure you're a good distance away from your wall, so at least a couple of blocks distance. You don't want to be too close because you can have the tendency you might hit your head against the wall. It wouldn't hurt, you're not moving very quickly, it just wouldn't feel very pleasant. So I like to give myself a little bit of momentum too, starting from a downward facing dog. I'm actually going to move my towel out here because I get a better grip on the mat. In your grip, you want to push into your fingertips and the base of your palms. Yeah, so your hands kind of suction cup on your mat. It's almost like you have hand warmers or sandbags underneath your hands. Yeah. Hasta bandha, it's a hand lock. You want to think hips over your shoulders. So lift your hips up, and then again, like I said, I like to get a little bit of momentum, so I'll step up with my right foot. My left leg is kind of jacked up right now, as you can see from the KT tape, so I'm going to step my right foot forwards and then kick up towards the ceiling, lifting again, hips over shoulders. Step it up. Maybe give it a couple tries until you get some hang time. And then maybe try to connect with the wall. Once you get up, draw your belly in like your boat pose. And there we go. All right. So I had a really long open water swim yesterday. My shoulders are definitely feeling it. So just an option, something fun to do. You'll have another shot on the other side. Let's get back to it and we'll work to the left and then maybe do it again, yeah? So when you're ready, when you're done playing, Come back to your downward facing dog. Hips up, heels down. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, gaze forwards. Exhale, walk, step, or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down, bend your knees, hips sink. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, Utkatasana, plane, fly your hands. Right leg lifts, inhale, single leg mountain, Ekapada Tadasana. Then exhale your hands to your heart. Float your left leg up behind you. Find your warrior three. Again, my left leg is a little bit jacked up from my morning run, so your balance might be not the same on each side if you're like me right now. Either way, hips stay parallel. Take another breath in. And on your exhale, start to bend into your left knee. Lower your right foot down. Line your heels up, kind of in line with one another at first. Inhale your arms up. Now you can adjust your stance. You can bring your heels away from one another if that helps. So widening up your stance if you need, as your right hip turns inwards and your left hip draws backwards. Keep your left knee bent though, and keep the outer edge of your right foot down on your mat. It's not easy to do, but Warrior One is not an easy pose. And if everything was easy in yoga, then it just wouldn't be the same. Take another breath in your Warrior One. Drop your shoulders. And exhale your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers. Inhale as your chest lifts. Open up, stretch your chest, stretch your shoulders. And exhale, hinge forwards, humble warrior. Left shoulder inside your left thigh, arms up to the sky. Relax your neck, let your head hang heavy. And again, if this is too much in your shoulders, or your upper body and shoulders have had enough, then you can release the bind. Otherwise, really pull your ribs away from your sternum as you bow forwards. Take another breath in. And then exhale your hands inside your left foot, pivot around. I'm going to turn to the other side, so I'm not bending over in front of you guys. Come into your wide-legged forward fold on this side. Now you can do the same thing you did on the other side. If you want to change it up, then maybe lean towards one leg, stretch. Maybe lean towards the other. Maybe reach towards both ankles and pull yourself deeper into your fold. Good. Bring your hands back down and inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, pivot around. You're going to be turning towards your left foot this time, placing both hands inside your left inside arch. And then exhale as you step your right foot outside of your right hand. And again, same options that you had on the other side. If you want to work into your flying frog, bring your hands down. Same principles apply. You want Hasta Bandha, right? So grab your mat with your hands. Keep your inner thighs on the outsides of your arms and lean forwards. Really think about bringing your face closer to the floor. And the more your face gets close to the floor, the more you can bend your elbows, the more likely you are to float your feet up off of the floor and fly your frog. Or give your handstand another shot. I'm totally not sure if I'm ready for another shot myself, but it's super fun to do, and I'm feeling spontaneous today, so I'm going to give it another try. Some days you got it, and some days you don't, you know? All right, so same thing applies. Try not to kick a hole in your wall, but if you do, there's still a lot of restrictions in place, and we're still going to be spending a lot of time at home, so you got time to patch it up. All right, lift your hips up, come into your downward facing dog. Then, when you're ready, start to make your way to your handstand, giving yourself momentum again. I'm gonna go off of my right leg again because it's my better leg, and my left leg is just a sad mess right now. Try to land nice and soft, and then sit down on your mat. All right, just roll your shoulders around. Open up and breathe. The second time around was actually a little bit easier than the first time. For me anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But we're just gonna unwind from here. So when you're ready, go ahead and shift your hips forwards if you need to. Find a little bit of room and space on your mat. Relax your legs out and lie down on your back. When you get there, bend your right knee and bring it in towards your chest. Give it a tight squeeze. And try pulling your knee closer to the outside of your body so you get a deeper stretch on the inside of your right leg. It's a half Apanasana, half wind removing pose. Take another breath in. And on your exhale, bring your right knee over your left side body as your right arm goes out to the right. Send your left arm out to the left. We'll find a gentle supine twist. If you like to bind your legs, bring your left leg up. So your right leg's on top, kind of like eagle legs. Your bound weight pulls your knees closer to the floor as your gaze brings your right shoulder closer to your mat. Inhale, come back to center. Then exhale your right leg out in front of you. And if it's not already, start to bend your left knee and inhale as you wrap your arms up and grab your left shin, pull your left knee to your left side body. And then exhale, drape your left leg over to the right. Gaze over to the left. And if you bound your legs on the other side, then do that here. Which will give you a nice IT band stretch in your left leg. When you get upside down, when you're working on standing on your hands or a lot of arm balances, it's actually a lot of leg strength, right? You're defying the force of gravity. You're using a lot of leg strength to lift them up away from the floor. And so it's not all about upper body strength. Inhale, come back to center. Unravel your legs, draw both knees in. And exhale your happy baby. Separate your knees and bring your hands up inside your thighs. Grab the inside or outside of your feet. Maybe rock side to side. Massage out your lower back. Then come back to stillness. Inhale, wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a squeeze. Then exhale your legs up the wall. Bring your feet up towards the ceiling and stretch. Maybe roll your ankles and your toes, your feet around at the top. Take one more breath in, wrap your arms around your shins again. This time give yourself an even tighter squeeze. Get your upper body in the game, lifting your forehead to your knees, chin to your chest, and your chest to your thighs. Take a breath in. And exhale as you release to your final Shavasana. Let yourself go. Let everything release as you fade down into your mat. As your feet splay out to the sides, your palms open up towards the ceiling. And totally relax. And give yourself this moment as almost like an offering of gratitude for allowing yourself to be spontaneous. Whether it's jumping up and standing on your hands, jumping into a live yoga class online when you weren't expecting it, or any other spontaneous moments that you might have throughout the day. As always, yogis, I would like you to remain in your Shavasana for as long as you can and as long as you like. I also would like to not take up air time by lying in Shavasana in front of your computer screen. So if you want to stay in your Shavasana, then please, by all means, I encourage you to do just that. If you would like to sign off with me, start to make your way out of your Shavasana, very slowly moving, maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes to start. Gently rising into an easy seated pose in whatever way makes sense for you and however you want to get there. Once you arrive, sit up nice and tall with your legs crossed and close your eyes down. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. We'll seal our practice joining in one sound of Om. First we'll inhale, then exhale, and then inhale to Om. If you've never Om before, then take advantage now. You're at home. Do something spontaneous. Get out of your normal routine and give it a shot. Take a breath in first. And a breath out. Inhale to Om. Thank you so much, yogis out there in the virtual world, if you're out there, for joining me today for Being Spontaneous. I hope you did join. If not, check it out later. And if joining made you a little bit late for signing in online to work from home, then tell your boss you're being spontaneous and trying something new. Until next time, yogis, namaste. Thanks, guys. That was super fun and totally random for me. I have no idea if there's any of you out there watching right now. If not, totally cool. Like I said, check out the YouTube page later. Be sure to subscribe. If you do, then you'll see, you can sign up for notifications and you'll get a notification for when this video goes live and public, and then you can practice when it's a little bit more convenient for you. Otherwise, if you did practice, I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, that's all I got for you. Have a great, awesome Thursday. Stay safe out there, and I hope we all get to see each other real soon. Stay safe and stay spontaneous, yeah? Bye, guys. Namaste.